I think, the one thing that really is the most important that you can find in an agent is someone who really cares about you. And I truly care for my clients. This is going to be the most expensive asset that you're going to purchase likely in your lifetime. And so you need to have an advocate in your corner, someone who truly is thinking about your best interest, helping you throughout the process.
Hey guys, it's Angelo Christian with another awesome edition of Real Estate Insider. Every single month we showcase one of the hardworking Texan realtors out there helping you guys be able to buy your home. And today I actually have the lovely Katharine Nichols with ULR Properties here that specializes in the inside of the loop in Montrose. Katharine,
hi.
Hey, thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here. I'm doing well.
Oh, perfect. So yeah, like I said, guys, every single month we have one of our agents come on the show. They're hard out there working for you guys to be able to help you to buy your home. I want you guys to know about Katharine, how she's different, how she's helping people out here in Houston to be able to buy their home. Because you know what, there's thousands of realtors in Houston. How do you pick the one that you want to work with? How do you pick the best one? So Katharine, I want you to kind of tell us a little bit about who you are,
Sure.
What you specialize in, your background, how you got into real estate and all that.
All right. Well, I'm Katharine Nichols. I work with ULR Properties. We are based in the Montrose area. Okay. We actually have a few other branches, one in Dallas, one in Denver. So, nice. But I started in real estate right out of college. I moved from Texas A&M University at College Station.
Oh, you're an Aggie, huh?
I am an Aggie.
Okay. I won't hold that against you.
Are you at UT?
Yeah.
Okay, Longhorn. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I won't hold that against you. But I started in real estate right out of college. I honestly didn't know what I wanted to do. A lot of times when you're young, you graduate and everyone's like, what are you going to do with your life? So I moved to Houston. I knew Houston had good jobs. And the people that I work for at ULR, my broker, they're the people that helped me find my first place here. So it's got my real estate license, and I've been doing that ever since. It's an awesome city and a great city to work in. Oh, I love it. I love Houston.
Okay. Have you spent time in Dallas or in Austin?
So I am from the DFW area, small town north of Dallas.
Okay.
I always tell my clients that so they don't get, give me too hard of a time. I've been to, Dallas area, Denver, but there's something about Houston.
So
Houston
really
is just, it's an awesome city.
So you've been in real estate for about a decade?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And obviously you believe that you found your calling.
I do.
And I think one of the key things, what I've learned about you is how you're really different, is that you go the extra mile for your client. Because I can tell you, I've done several thousand, loan transactions, and I see a lot of agents, they'll send me the contract and then we'll never hear from them again. Until after closing, and then they kind of disappear. They're not involved in the process. They don't know what's going on with the inspection, and they're kind of absentee. And so what do you think some of the most important characteristics or attributes of being an agent are?
I think, the one thing that really is the most important that you can find in an agent is someone who really cares about you. And I truly care for my clients. This is going to be the most expensive asset that you're going to purchase likely in your lifetime. And so you need to have an advocate in your corner, someone who truly is thinking about your best interest, helping you throughout the process. Most of my clients are first-time homebuyers, so they don't know what they're doing. They need someone to kind of hold their hand and guide them through the transaction. And so I'm there every step of the way from start to finish, even after. I check in to make sure you have your homestead.
Even after post-closing?
Even after, I check in at the beginning of the year, the following year, to make sure that you have your homestead exemption in place, because that's a nice tax incentive.
Huge.
And then even after that, if your taxes start to kind of go up, your property value's going up, and you want to protest that to keep your taxes low, you can reach out to me, and I will do a CMA to fight for those taxes to be lowered.
So basically you're taking responsibility, extreme ownership, to be involved with the client to make sure it goes the right way.
Oh, for sure. Yes.
Okay. And then now obviously, do you office out of the Montrose
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Yeah. So I work from home,
Okay.
I work in coffee shops. That's the great thing about my job. If I have a client who I'm meeting in the Heights, or if I'm meeting them in the suburbs, of Katy, I will head out there and work for a little bit and then meet up with them and show them some homes.
Okay. So is it, because you mentioned first time buyer, is that really like your specialty? Like what you focus on is the first time buyer?
I would say majority of my clients are first time home buyers. When I first started in this industry, I did rentals because I was absolutely new to the process. It was 2009, 2010, so the housing market wasn't doing the best. And those clients have evolved into, clients I've helped them buy their first home, then sell that first home, second home. But most of my clients are first-time home buyers.
Okay, so I guess when people think about you, like after they watch this show, and obviously your contact information will be in the video, it's safe to say that maybe you cater to more specialize in the first-time buyer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, on that note, because we do a lot of first-time buyers too, what are some of the challenges that you're seeing from the financing side? Because you're dealing with banks and lenders, and usually first-time buyers don't have cash.
Right.
So, is there some challenges that you're seeing with those?
Yeah. So a lot of times with my clients, if they are able to save their money for a down payment, they don't realize that they also have additional costs on top of that. They have closing costs, and that can be several $1,000s. Sometimes we can work it into the agreement with the seller so that they contribute an allowance towards that. So that's one of the challenges that I see. Another one that I see is credit. A lot of people, once they graduate from college, they have debt, and their credit score suffers because of that. And so, working to build up that credit score any way that we can is important as well.
Okay. Now, do you get involved with that, or do you know credit repair people, or let's say someone comes to you and they're very enthusiastic about buying a home, they're a first-time buyer, and they have a lower credit score. What do you do in a situation like that?
A lot of times what I do is, have the lender like yourself look at go ahead and get pre-approved. Try to see what that's looking like. Pull your credit, and you can tell them, hey, I'm seeing this and this. Let's work on this. Let's see if we can get this taken off. There are a lot of things that you can do to improve it.
So you advise that it's critical to get pre-approved up front.
Yes.
To ensure that you can actually secure the funding.
Yeah, I think it's very important to get pre-approved. A lot of times if you're going to put an offer on a home and you don't have that pre-approval letter, the seller's not going to take you seriously. So it's important to have that from the get-go. Reach out to, the lender that you want to work with and get that done right away.
Now, do you do more resales, or you do more new construction, or what do you
I do more resale single-family homes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, now on that, you mentioned closing costs and concessions. Are you seeing, and you're going to know more about Houston market than I will, are you seeing sellers that are offering concessions right now, or what do you?
Yeah, there's always going to be that house out there that everyone wants, that has multiple offers, and so we have to do what we can to strengthen that offer.
Juice it up, yeah.
But especially with this time of year, it tends to be a little bit of a slower time. Sellers who've had their home on the market for the past several months are more willing to make those concessions and work with you and negotiate. And so fall is a really great time of year to buy.
So so it's kind of, because everyone usually has spring fever.
Yes.
So you think that you can get a better deal?
You can,
Okay.
Yeah, fall, winter time, yeah, because most people are moving in the spring, they're moving in the summer, which is it's usually the most convenient time of year to move, because most people, their kids are out of school, getting them back in school. But fall is still a great time. I bought my home in the fall.
Okay, no, that makes sense. I didn't think about that, because you're right. Sellers could be more inclined to work with you, especially because if you are a first-time buyer, let's say you did an FHA loan, you have your 3.5% down, and then you have closing costs and prepaids are probably another 2 to 3%. And if somebody just has the money for their down payment, maybe they can get concessions or something like that. So, how is Houston as far as the housing market right now?
It's strong. Last month was, September. We had a strong month year over year. It was a record month for September. And so it's still, we have a great economy here. And the housing market is still going strong.
Right. So, and then the areas, Houston is it's a massive city, right? So is there an area that you prefer to work in, or, because people are going to probably call you from all over, and I want to make sure that you're working with the people that makes the most sense for you too. So is there a certain area that you focus on?
Yeah, I will work all over, but the areas that I tend to focus mostly on are the Heights, Oak Forest, Garden Oaks. Those are really the areas that I live and work in.
Yeah.
So, but I've had clients who've wanted to buy something in Sugar Land, and I've gone out to Sugar Land and done
it.
So
most realtors, like if you're not in their little quadrant, they're like, hey, just get out of here. So, well, that shows that you have a lot of empathy.
Yes.
Towards your client, if you're willing to drive to Sugar Land or the Woodlands. Have you done anything in the Woodlands?
I have. Okay, I have.
The Woodlands is that's another. It seems like it's a mini Galleria becoming, like it's a hot market.
Oh yeah. The Woodlands is a great area to live. Yeah.
Okay, so obviously we know a little bit about you now. So, and then if people want to be able to reach out to you, how do they find you? Do you have a website? Do you have a phone number?
Yeah, so if you want to go to ulrproperties.com, you can search for me in the agent section. And then I also am on Facebook, Katharine Nichols Realtor on Instagram.
Okay.
And Kat Nichols Realtor on Facebook. Yeah.
Now, Katharine, are you just helping the first-time buyer, or do you also do listings, or how do you?
Yes, I do. I do it all. Yeah, rentals all the way up to purchasing selling and purchasing your next home. Yeah, well, I think it's important as an agent to be able to be dimensional and be able to do those things that other agents might not be as inclined to do.
So basically, if there's sellers watching this and they have a home that they want to list, they could use you as the listing agent.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, now if that brings up a good question. Let's say that you are working with a listing agent. Why would they consider working with you?
Well, as far as selling a home, I will do a comprehensive CMA. A lot of times, if you're not as familiar with an area, agents who aren't as familiar with an area will, try to make the numbers work so that, it makes it seem like you're going to get X amount for your home. I'm honest with you from the get-go.
Right.
I'm going to let you know this is what we need to sell it for in order for it to sell. And sometimes that's good news, sometimes it's not so good news, but I will get it done for you.
And I would think that your company, your broker, ULR, because they're a large presence in Houston, they could probably help to drive traffic to the property to sell it quickly.
For sure. Yeah, we are very active on social media. So we don't just list it on HAR and then just be done with it.
That's good. How do you push it?
Open houses. We have features on our website for the property. We also do Instagram, Facebook. There are other ways that you can market.
So you have some unique strategies on how to, because a seller, like I know, because I have a lot of rental properties, and I'm always trying to figure out, a lot of realtors, they just throw it on there.
Right.
And then they want to charge their commission. I'm like, well, how fast can you sell this thing?
Exactly.
So social media, I think that because you have a decent following, and so does the company, that can help to push that property even faster.
Exactly.
So, that's really cool. I didn't know you did listings, so that's good. Because a lot of realtors that we deal with, they do their one little thing. I just do Piney Point, or I just do River Oaks, and I just do listings, or so you seem to be which is really good. Like you said, you're very dimensional,
right?
And that's good because you're going to be perceived as a real estate expert,
right?
Yeah. So I'm really glad that you came on the show today, guys. If you actually look in the description of the YouTube video, Katharine's contact information. The Instagram handle, Facebook, all that information's on there. You guys can get in touch with her. If you're trying to buy, you're a first-time buyer, like she said, in the Heights, Garden Oaks area, or if you're a seller that's trying to list, do you also do rentals still, or no?
I do.
Actually, if you're trying to rent, there's a lot of nice cribs here in the Galleria. A lot of nice high-rises. You guys can reach out to Katharine, give her a call, or reach her on her website. Katharine, thank you so much.
Thank you so much
for coming on the show. It's very nice to meet you. I look forward to working with you.
Thanks.
You guys take care. Peace out. Thank you all for checking out Angelo Christian. All right, bye-bye.